Good morning. We're going to be in James chapter 4 this morning in just a little bit. So last week, David wrapped up his class here in the auditorium, and I was talking to Mark after class, and I said, "What's next?" And he said, "I don't know." So I was thinking of things that we could do, that we could start, and I knew that likely we need to tell Judy for the Zephyr to put TBD, because that's generally what we do. When we don't know what's next, we say it's to be determined. And that's the title of the series that we've settled in on for the next 6 weeks or so, TBD. Now, what do you think about? What comes to mind? How do you feel when you see these letters about anything that's going on in your life? Something TBD. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about something to be determined? Okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's true. Unplanned. It can cause anxiety in some people. Absolutely. It's because we like to know, don't we? We want to know what's going on. We want to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. We want an agenda. And without that agenda, we get a little nervous. And I was thinking about what Mark said last night about it being unplanned. Kimberly and I, our 22nd wedding anniversary was yesterday. And we went out to eat, and she said, "What's class on tomorrow?" And I said, "TBD." And she said, "Then why are we out eating?" So I explained to her a little bit about what we're going to be doing. But we know when it comes to life, we don't have a script that's prepared. It's not always predictable. We don't know necessarily what's going to happen next. We can make our plans, we can have our ideas, we can have our dreams, our hopes, but something can come along and upset all of that. Maybe it's a job that we're expecting that falls through. Maybe it's a bad report at a doctor's office. Maybe it's something that comes up and strains a relationship that we thought was solid. Things change, and TBD can be a very scary place. But as Christians, we can find peace even when things aren't certain. Because while life is uncertain, God is certain. God is in control. Scripture reminds us that our confidence shouldn't be placed in our own ability to control tomorrow, but in the fact that we know who holds tomorrow. Proverbs 16 verse 9 tells us, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." This morning we're looking at James chapter 4, verses 13 through 15. And we see in that text, at the end of that text, how we're told to say, "If the Lord wills."